Jake Moody?
Everything we thought he was, just really consistent, really even keel, and exactly what we hoped he'd be.
What did you hope he'd be exactly?
Just that consistent, really even keeled, and just really consistent in everything he does, from his approach to his ball flight to his finish to just the way he is around here all day. So it's been fun having him.
Apparently, it's
You're going through the process of evaluating the kickers. How much is it? You're looking at the physical, which they all need to be able to do, but also trying to analyze when the guy shanks a couple, is he going to bounce back or is he going to go down the tubes?
That's absolutely the toughest question. I think we evaluated 27 kickers coming out of college, so that's where you always start. With us, and so you go through the tape, and then our guys do a great job. John and all the scouts, they give you the rundown, and so we're starting kind of from square one. So you look off the silent tape, and you start to build your list, and then you whittle that down, and then ultimately you have to go work them out, I think, to see everything live, and then that's the question you're trying to get answered. And it starts with the consistency of what people say about him. So before I even meet him, I have everyone in our building that's looked at him, I hear what they say, and then when you go there to the schools, you listen to all the coaches, the weight coaches, any assistants, other players. You just try to find out, and then ultimately you have to sit with them, and you just got to get a feel for that.
How are you sorting through the kickoff rule? Do you expect to see a ton of fair catches and calls at the 25? How do you think it's going to work out?
Yeah, we're doing a lot right now looking at college to see the different kicks, see how people have done it. We still don't know all the rules yet, so we're trying to go off the rules and what exactly that looks like. So it's more or less just trying to figure out what we're going to anticipate seeing, and then I think through preseason and once you start getting some tape on guys, you'll see their philosophy. Are they going to fair catch it? So it's really, for me, it's more being prepared for our kickoff return team, and trying to anticipate, prepare them for whatever teams are going to try and do. And that's, there's been so many changes in the last 15 years on kickoff return. When I started, it was 4-man wedge, 3-man wedge, 2-man wedge, 1, illegal double teams. There's been like 20 rules. So we'll all adjust to it, and we'll figure it out.
How familiar are you with the XFL rule, and do you think that could sometime come into the NFL, that form of kickoff?
Yeah, to me, it's just like I wait and see how it shakes out and what rules we have to do it under, and so that's all we're doing now. Now that we know it, we got to get all the fine points of that, and like a penalty. What happens on a penalty? What happens if you muff it when you fair kick? Like, there's a lot of things to work through that we don't quite have the answers yet. So like that, we'll just kind of go play it as we see it.
There was a report that special teams coordinators were unanimously against it. Was it just because of the change of the unknowns, or what? I don't know how to speak for you, but were you against it, and why?
Yeah, well, I'm. When you say safety of the player, we're all in favor of that, and so that's where it starts, and we all agree on that. I don't know if this necessarily addresses any of that. I think there could be more returns. There could be shorter kicks. There should be more collisions. There could be dirty balls like a squib or bloop. So there's going to be more coverages because of it too. So I don't know if we have enough of a sample set to really say. And like I said, I don't even know the rules yet. They say it's going to be like college, but is it? So there's a lot of things to cover through that. So that's the only thing. And like I said, we'll all figure it out. Everyone's playing the same rules, and we just got to see where it goes from there.
Speaking of kickoffs, how is Moody on that? How has he been?
Really good. Really good with it. He's extremely powerful. He has great hang time. He has great distance. So all those factors in. You start with hang time, distance, and placement. Those are really the three things, and he's exceptional in all of them.
Was that becoming a problem last year as the season wore on? And I'm sure it takes its toll on the kicker or whoever is handling the kickoffs. Was that starting to be an issue for this team?
No, I thought we improved. The end of the season, we were really good on kickoff. So, different things, but at the end, I thought we played our best.
When you are getting all the information and stories and everything on Moody, was there a particular story that kind of stood out that might put your mind at ease? And okay.
Yeah, when I worked him out, there was no question where I thought about it. And it was, I wish I could have that type of workout every time you go, because it just kind of naturally happened. you know, in his pro workout, he kicked off sticks. In other words, where there's a stick there and he just kicks the ball. And, you know, all kickers would like to do it that way. And I think he was 12 for 13, and he missed like a 58-yarder. So that's exactly what kind of talent he is. So I always try to get him a holder and a snapper. And some guys can't find a snapper. You know, it just doesn't work out. But I'll take any snapper. I don't care. I want to see the operation of it all. And I want to see him under. I think someone asked that question earlier. What is he like under stress? How does he respond? You know, you can take all the information from all the coaches, and you can like try to see like the game that he missed 3 and 20. You know, how to respond to that. You know, he had great competition there that he was fighting with. So I still can't figure out. Like they'd go every 3 points. So he was going in and out. So again, you try to look at how he responded to adversity there. But the workout was perfect for me. It was unbelievable. So he had 2 snappers that were backup long snappers on Michigan's team that were not very good. And he had his holder. So right off the bat, these balls are coming everywhere. And I wasn't, and he was doing great. You know, the times were good, everything was good. And so as it got going and the snappers were rotating, the balls were just atrocious coming back. And I loved it because I was looking at him, how he responded to everything. And you could tell he was getting frustrated because then I'd move the snappers and I'd have him kick off sticks and his timing was off. So it was a really frustrating workout from his point of view. I absolutely loved it because at the very end, we backed up to a 55-yarder, bad snap, and so he missed it. And he thought that was the last kick. And again, I'm just looking at him, and he's still stone-faced, really cool disposition. So I go, okay, we have a last-second field goal. I'm going to count. You have 12 seconds. I'm going to count it down. This is against Ohio State to win it. So they're on the sidelines. They all run out. The worst snap of the day. It bounced twice, way inside. I mean, the holder barely got it down. And Moody, just like I've seen on tape, so consistent with his approach and his finish and trust, smoked it. So I was like, that is a great way to finish it. And then his last 2 kickoffs, so we did that. I did 6 kickoffs after that. And again, he was frustrated like anyone would be in a job interview where some things are out of his control. So the last 2 kicks, I said, okay, we're going to kick left. I want it outside the numbers, as close as you can to the goal line with the best hang time. The first one, he put a yard outside the numbers, right on the goal line, 4.38 hang time, which is phenomenal. And then his second one was 2 yards outside the hash, right on the goal line, with 4.38 hang time. So right there, all those questions you have is how did the guy respond to adversity? It just naturally happened at the workout, and I was the only one there. So I was fired up. Like, if a lot of people would have saw that, I think they would have saw what I saw, and I trusted what I saw. So that's really what, for me, out of everything, that was a final step where I was like, this guy's the guy.
Late in day 2, third round of the draft, you guys have 99, 101. Were you concerned at all that if you guys waited until 101 that he'd be gone?
Yeah, that's what I just, they asked me my opinion, and I tell John and Kyle that, and then I let them handle it. Like, to me, that's my job, is evaluating who do I think is where I like guys, and then that's what they do.
Like, did you put a round grade on him?
After that, I told him I don't care where you take him. This is the guy. I felt that strongly about him. And so, again, that's not my job to figure out where we should draft him. I just know I really like the talent. I really love the kid. I love everything about him. So to me, it was like, I think this is the best, and they got to figure that out, I think.
One more?
What about Jack Coletto on special teams? What do you think of him and his potential there?
I think there's so much potential there. I think it's so cool because you can see him do all these things, and he played all the special teams too. So I watched him on offense, on defense, on all the special teams, and to me, it's just the more you can do, the value that you have. So I'm really excited, and we're like everybody, we're doing everything, and we're evaluating, and we're just seeing where they start and where they improve and where they finish.
Coach, what do you think of Deshaun Jameson as a returner and Ronnie Bell as a returner?
Both of them really good. They're both catching them, and we'll go through the process in the training camp and the preseason. But both are really good. I tell you, Bell is really natural fielder. Really special when you see that because you just see the first couple of returns and his feet are right under it. He really is a natural fielder, which by far is number 1 for a punt returner. So I'm excited to see both those guys go.
What did you see from Ray as he progressed this season last year?
Confidence more than anything, and I've always loved watching Ray. Like to me, his toughness, his ability. If you watch, whenever people are around him, that's when he's at his best. That's when he's fielding clean and he's making a quick move, and it's like he loves that action. So his toughness and just getting the consistent 10 yards, I love watching him do that.
Why don't,
Last one?
why don't more NFL teams have a kicking coach?
A good question. I think, you know, we all, I think we all know enough just to get in trouble. So, I mean, like, you know, the basics, but to me, it's all individual on the kicker. Like, if you look at all the kickers, everyone looks different. There's base fundamentals that you have to have, but everyone's different. So it's about learning the kicker or the punter. It's about learning them and working together to see where we need to go. So, I don't know, that's a good question, but I know enough to get in trouble, so that's why I trust them.